designer?
Actually, it's the same designer I was wearing last time, McGraw. Yes,
Okay.
great Australian designer.
Okay, good. So how do you feel?
Yeah, good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Look,
How was it?
It goes so quickly when you're up there, but
Yeah?
it's still like it feels really, really good. I think we're making small improvements as we go, and just getting more comfortable. Yeah, as comfortable as I can get.
Mm-hmm. But you feel more comfortable than the last time?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any things that you still want to improve or change a little bit for the semi-finals?
Look, from our side, I think it's incredible what the production team have done. The LED today looked really beautiful, and it felt like we were flying in the gods up in the heavens with Kate Moore. I think it was maybe a little busy, and I think we can just refine it just to build and build, so that when we get to the top, that there's this beautiful moment of weightlessness of joy. And so we're working on that, but I thought what Kate did was fantastic, and the amazing thing was that we were doing it a lot faster. So when she came on, she was the first one on today, and it just went very quickly and smoothly.
Okay, great. Good to hear this. And how are you mentally? Are you excited, stressed, happy? What's going on with you?
No, I feel actually really excited and calm. We've had a really lovely week. We went to Masada, which was fascinating, and then got to swim in the Dead Sea, which was extremely freaky. But I was very glad I had that experience.
Did you put mud on your body?
Yeah, yep.
You did it too?
No, it's not a horror movie, Sivan. I didn't do it.
Okay. No,
I'm feeling good, and the jet lag is sort of like I'm at the tail end of it now.
Yeah.
So.
And yesterday evening, did you guys go out on the street, see the fireworks, or the celebrations?
I didn't, but I did a lot of walking around yesterday in
Yeah.
Carmel markets and just around the streets.
Nice.
So it's really picturesque, gorgeous.
Does people here recognize you on the street? Just there,
A little bit. There've been
Yeah?
a few. There's a few waiting outside the hotel.
Wow,
Which is,
okay.
Yeah, nice.
Nice. Okay, questions. Yes.
Hi, I'm Simon from Polish Radio Newsletter. First of all, congratulations, because after two weaker vocally performers from Australia, we are coming back to the top, I think. I was skeptical at the beginning. I thought it was kitsch, but now it's growing so much as high as you were. And my question is, in your private life, are you more down to earth or flying through your life, like there on the stage?
Thank you very much. And thanks for your nice comments as well. I'm definitely more down to earth in my private life, just like tracksuit pants, pushing the shopping trolley. I've got a toddler, I've got a 3-year-old kid, so there's only so much glamour that I can fit into my regular life. So this is an amazing, surreal escape for me.
I have a question. You told me that your son, he doesn't know what is the Eurovision, but does he know that his mother is really, really famous, and does he understand it?
No, and I don't think he cares about that particularly either. I think I've been on this, there's a children's program in Australia called Play School that every toddler watches, and I've been on it a couple of times, and if ever he sees me on TV, he asks to turn it off.
Really? It's funny, and you also said the last time that he doesn't love to hear you sing or something like that.
Yeah, no, he said it makes his ears cry.
Okay, I'm sure that he'll grow up and love it.
See.
Okay, more questions.
Good afternoon, Team Australia. Hello, Kate. JP from Radio International, Sunny Malta, Galaxy 105. You're working on a new album, your 5th studio album. Can you tell us what type of music it will be and when it will be out, the name of it?
Well, that's all TBC. I've written a bunch of stuff, and after I get home, I'm going to be writing a lot more. I think, yeah, somebody once described my style as Enya on crystal meth.
Really?
And I'm going to delve quite deep into that for the next record, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Amanda.
Hi, I'm Michael Paul from Joy 94.9 in Australia.
Oh.
Hello, Kate. You mentioned before you're in play school, you've done lots of scary things in your time, turning a loved movie into a musical, being on play school, and being in the air on a stick. Is there something that you will refuse to do?
Bungee jumping, I think is, yeah. I've just thought of that because I did refuse to do that a few weeks ago because I was wearing a dress. I'm sure look, I refuse to drink tequila anymore. It's like too old for that now. But I don't know, I think part of what keeps me feeling fulfilled and motivated is the sort of the challenge. Like if ever I feel scared of doing something, there's a part of me that knows that I must do it. I'm not sure why that is, but I guess, yeah, it's that feel the fear and do it anyway kind of thing. Because it's still scary for me, like it's still scary being up that high and, you know, putting all my trust and faith in the pole engineers and, you know, they told me nobody's ever died up there, so I just have blind faith. But yeah, it's still scary. But funnily enough, when I start singing, all the fear goes away. There's something about just the breath. I don't know, I feel, yeah. As soon as I start singing, I just feel at one with the pole.
So maybe you can do bungee jumping and sing while you're doing the bungee, and then you
Yeah,
won't
or
be
just
afraid.
scream, yeah.
Can you give us an example prior to Eurovision of something that you were scared to do but did it anyway to overcome the fear? Maybe something in your career?
It's more, yeah, it's career stuff, like, you know, yeah. I guess any big project, I mean, yeah, I guess Muriel's Wedding is a big one, you know, and before that, The Rabbits, the opera that I composed, you know, having never composed an opera before or composed anything for theatre, and yeah, there's just something about those kind of high pressure situations that they I feel like they force me into a new creative place, and it always seems to yield good results.
Are you like a big critic on yourself, like of the thing that you do, or I mean, like?
Oh yeah, massive. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. A lot of the time, what I want to do next is a reaction against the previous thing because I hate it so much. Yeah.
Okay, great. But you do it anyway. It's like you always want to be the best that you can. This is the reason.
Yeah, I guess so. Just try to keep sort of challenging myself.
Okay. Christian, yes, over there.
Hi, Kate. Daniel from Cannes Eurovision in Israel. First of all, congratulations on a wonderful rehearsal. You prove yourself in each and every run to be a contender here, I think. And I think many of us would agree with that. So props for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We are live right now on our Facebook group of Cannes Eurovision, and actually there are some Aussies watching you right now. I don't know what time it is over there. It's probably late. So 2 questions from our viewers right now. Grant Missel asks, what is the feeling of being fair dinkum? And why is that Aussie character trait important on the wider global stage?
Sorry, what was that last part?
Why is that trait?
And why is that Aussie character trait
Okay.
important? Sorry, I'm not very knowledgeable with Aussie slang. And Barbukovza asked how hard it is to sing when you're floating on air. like you are in your act.
Yeah. Oh, well, fair dinkum, that's a bit of Aussie slang, probably originally Cockney slang from England, I guess. But it means just being a straight shooter, like saying what you mean and following through with what you say you'll do, or just telling the truth. Something I've noticed Israelis do. Sometimes they can be quite blunt. We've had a lot of people ask me how old I am since getting here.
Really?
Just like strangers on the street. It's refreshing in a way. But yeah, I think that is one of our good Aussie traits, being fair dinkum, although it's weird, a lot of politicians have kind of co-opted that term now, so it comes with an edge of like slight cringe. But and the second part of the question, how hard is it to sing? It's actually, I thought it would be difficult or even impossible before I got up there, but in fact, it's quite good. I mean, I've got to watch out that I don't get myself in any awkward positions, like bending backwards. That would be the most dangerous thing. But I mean, I feel quite in control, and it's actually really good for your voice not to be locked off, like to just keep everything, in a state of small movement.
Thanks. More questions? Yes.
Hello, Kate. Anthony Rosso from WeWeBlogs.com, all the way from WA, Australia. I've got a question about like Zero Gravity. You co-wrote that song with your husband, Keir Nuttall, and I just wanted you to explain about the teamwork that you have together with him, and is he with you in Tel Aviv?
And is he joining me? Yeah, well, first of all, when I wanted to submit a song for Eurovision, I sought out several collaborators who, people who I admired, and over the course of a few weeks proceeded to write like 3 or 4 really bad songs. What's that? What's that? Oh, okay. And yeah, finally came crawling back to Kia, and he and I, basically sat in a room and I already had the chorus, and we wrote the verse together. But just generally, we have a really beautiful creative partnership, and it's very complementary in a lot of ways, and he has completely different taste in music to me. He's a heavy metal fan and loves Iron Maiden, and I think, but he's also got a really beautiful sort of poetic literary side to him as well. The more I get into this sort of life in music, the more I love collaboration with different people, different skills. That's partly what I think is so magical about this staging, is because it seems like a true collaboration with strange fruit. There's song, the staging would not be what it is without them. That's an understatement. So I feel like that when all those threads come together, it can just become greater than the sum of its parts. But yeah, Keir is obviously incredible.
Can I just please add that when we first heard the song, it came in on our song portal to SBS, to the song portal, and we were building a national selection show for Queensland called Australia Decides. And when we heard it, it was like, wow, what an incredible song. And it walks such a tightrope between this kind of punk operatic elegance and being just a classic pop song. And it's just got such great drama and build in it. And when I heard it, I had the same feeling as when I heard Loren's Euphoria. To me, it was just such a winning song. It was wonderful. It wasn't my choice, it was the nation's choice. But when we heard the song, I was just like, wow, it's no mean feat to write a song that's so carefully poised on that place. And to us, I know a lot of people have talked about opera, but for me, it's just a brilliant pop song.
Yes, it is. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thanks, everyone. Good luck.
Thanks. you so